Hi, I'm US Weather Analysis Andrew Fleck, just around your 9:30 p.m. for a model video weather discussion on your 18Z NAM. Well, in the first video I said and caught back up on what the storm is doing now, but this video is going to be talking about a new storm, and there's going to be a lot that I'm going to talk about on this video and try to figure out. I'm not just going to put on the 100 to 500 millibar thickness, show you where the precip is and where the 850 line is. I'm going to go in a little more depth than that. So what I first want you guys to see, okay, is this is right now the storm that's moving out to the northeast here, okay? But what's interesting about that is this is mid-level barbs that you're looking at here, okay? So they're not surface, they're not upper level, they're mid-level. Okay, so which means if the storm, okay, has an upper ridge, okay, as it continues to move north in the millibars, you're mostly going to have a bit of a dip behind that. You can see here there's a little bit of a U-ey here, and this area right here, okay, where these U-eys are, this is the area I want you to watch as I scroll 12 hours into this video. Okay, so just keep an eye on this area right here. Keep an eye on how they continue to burrow down. Okay, so check that out right now. We're going to scroll another 12 hours right now. Okay, they continue to dig. This storm here continues to move out to the ocean, but we're not worrying about this. Continue to look at this. Then by 18 hours, they continue to dig, but now they're digging, yes, they're digging south, just like a mid-level trough. But then what's happening here is we're having rising on the east side of that. So what this says to me is, uh-oh, something is cooking up off the coast. Okay, so I'm going to continue to scroll one more time so you can kind of see what I'm saying. So now as they continue to get closer, the last imagery you saw something here and something here. Well, now they're going to get real close. Okay, and that tells me that a low pressure is about to form. Now, the interesting part about this storm on Friday and Saturday is everyone keeps talking about the 850, this and that. But what people are not looking at is exactly the storm structure. What kind of storm is this going to be? Is this going to be a tightened low or an open low? Which means if you have an open low, it's going to spread precip a lot more over the region. Okay, if it's a closed low, you're just going to have it tightened but cooler. So that's going to be the big question here. So as I scroll through the hours, now what I want you to do is I know I told you to watch this area. Now what I want you to watch is this area. Watch how this area right in here, okay, they kind of look like they're arrowing north. I want you to watch how they tighten as I scroll through about 12 hours. See how they continue? Okay, now about Saturday 2 a.m. is now when you're starting to see actually a pretty good low pressure starting to form. Now what happens is this mid-level trough has now turned itself and is now directly going right into the storm. Okay, so now what's happening is the storm starts to tighten. So what it's doing is it's taking the mid-level energy and it's forcing it into the storm. Here's another barb forcing it into the storm. Here's another barb forcing it into the storm. Okay, now if this storm was open, let's say here, then it would just be forcing, okay, not as tightly. And you'd have more warm air seeping into the northern areas. But because it's so tight down here, colder air is able to be kind of hold itself in more. So as I scroll through here, and by the way, before I scroll, this 1300 line right here, this is your snow line, and this is your rain, ice, and snow line down here. So the aqua is your rain, snow, ice line, and your lighter blue is your snow line. Now as I keep scrolling through, this is when the low is really starting to churn up a little bit here. You now have it really indenting down here. I mean, look at this, another one, straight down north winds, straight down almost north winds here. So you kind of get what I'm seeing here is the winds come in from the east, then they bomb straight down from the north. They come in, they bomb straight down from the north. And what happens there is you have warm air on the east side of this, then you have winds coming down straight down from the north, okay, on the west side of this. And what happens, okay, is this storm turns no other than occluded. And that is the biggest thing that I think is going to benefit the areas and is going to be the biggest showcase. Can this storm go occluded? If this storm can go occluded, you're going to have a front that sets up just off the coast, and you're going to be able to have cold air hang in over regions such as this or areas such as this, and that area could be seeing a good amount of snow because the storm goes occluded. I've seen big storms like this in the past where you have a storm that goes occluded, and it turns out that the storm is so close inland, okay, but because it's included, areas west and south are seeing snow. So I don't want to go out and say that area's getting snow, but all I'm saying is that's what you kind of want to watch for. If this storm is to go occluded, that's the area to watch for. Now, as I keep scrolling through, yet as I have to, now the storm starts to edge its way out of here, and then it really bombs out. Okay, it moves a little east, then it's really bombing out. And now what is happening is you're having northeast winds into the storm, northeast winds into the storm, northeast winds all the way into inland. Okay, and the tighter the storm can get, okay, the tighter that it can really wrap around itself is going to affect this area in here. And what I mean by that is, if this storm continues to tighten like it is, then what will happen is these winds won't be coming from the northeast, okay, into that area. They're going to be coming straight down from the north. So hope that this storm is more east and it's more tightened, because what will happen is, if it's right here, you'll have these barbs moving like this. Okay, and that's how you get cold air coming in regardless of the 850 millibar line. So that's all I wanted to catch up on here. Just wanted to pose some idea to you guys to look at, because this is going to be a storm where, regardless of the precip right now, okay, we need to look at the storm forming first. But once the storm forms, we'll look at the precip. But right now we need to look at the structure and where it's going to form. So that is tonight's issue, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. So have a nice rest of your Thursday night, and I will talk to you Friday.